Hi, GITV. Bob the Axeman Hildebrand here with
KingSize.
KingSize Jim from KWA. Now,
I am.
I'm having a banner day because I just figured out something computer related right before the show.
We're also excited for you.
I'm shocked that I was able to do that. But that being said, we actually queried you guys, the community, for questions prior to this live show. If you guys had any questions for KWA, KWA Gym, KWA products, basically anything related to KWA, and I screwed up that name again, but we've got a few questions that Jim is
Consistency.
Consistency.
That's all.
Is playfully here to answer for you guys. So, for those of you guys watching, why don't we just kick off the questions right now, if you don't mind?
Yeah. Saw some pop up earlier this week.
What other gas blowback pistols will KWA be releasing?
Nothing in the I'll say nothing in the works right now.
Mm-hmm.
I do have something coming, but I can't show it to you till SHOT Show this coming January. It's going to be something set apart from what we usually do, though.
Really?
Yeah. So something I'm kind of excited about.
Set
something
apart,
a little bit different.
Set apart in what way?
If I told you that, then I would be going against what the company wants me to do.
Dang it.
So I can't tell you exactly, but I'm just telling you something different from what we usually do. You can take that for what you want, but I can't reveal that until SHOT Show in January.
Well, that's good to know that something's coming, and the mystery is getting me a little excited.
That's what we like to do.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
Other than that, as far as pistols go, the biggest hurdle that we have is obviously licensing.
Yes.
For those of you who do not know that we can't just make whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of the real steel companies out there now have really kind of started to look at Airsoft as a viable training thing, and they want their piece of the pie too, and they deserve it. So
intellectual property.
Yeah. So we try to follow the laws and the rules and their wishes to not make their product without asking them and having licensing for that. And a lot of the licensing is already taken up by a couple of the big guys out there. So
yeah, no, there are folks that just buy it up whenever they can and then do nothing with it. So
or do something that's not very good.
Yeah, there is that as well.
I'm not naming any names. Okay.
No. Really quick before we go on to the next question, I just want to shout out one of our viewers. His name is B4CON, which looks like it's bacon.
That does sound like bacon.
Yeah. Great name. That's all I got.
It.
Yeah,
bacon.
that's all I got.
I'm all about it.
Yeah. Let's see. Ask if you've heard of the bacon gun coming out. If there is a bacon gun, I'm not aware of it.
I just want to be on the opposite end of it.
Yeah, I think we could both get completely behind
that. If you
could
shoot bacon at me, then
I mean, cooked bacon.
Bacon bits, maybe? Like a kind of shotgun style?
I'll be okay with
bits?
bacon bits confetti, but like just shooting raw bacon, it
just
sounds like really bad.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Big bag of nope.
Have you seen that video where the guy does the bacon on his suppressor and cooks the
I
bacon?
have, and that looks like a really creative and American way to cook bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless America. Next question. Are you guys going to be making a gun that will compete with, let's say, like a gun in like the $200 price range?
Yeah, actually, on the last show we talked about the re-release of the KM4 series, which is the KM4A1 and KM4CQB, which are right at...
We're going to show you right now.
$199.
It's right here.
Replace the CQR series.
Mm-hmm.
There was a big demand for getting rid of that polymer body and bringing the metal in, and we just did it for $10 more.
Now, I always actually really liked the CQR series, and when I heard you guys were discontinuing it, I was a little bummed until you told me why you're discontinuing it. So essentially, I mean, you're taking it out of your product line, but for only like $10 more, you're getting a full metal bodied KM4. So. Yeah, so for those of you that are looking for, a gun in the $200 price range, which is what this viewer, I believe on our Instagram, was asking, there you have it. You have the KM4, the KM4A1 available at $200.
Still has the 2GX gearbox, all the same solid internals as our SR series and the upcoming KR series.
Yeah, absolutely, which I believe you have some of those to show to us.
I do. In fact, I just got a brand new production sample yesterday. And this is the KR9. This is the first two you'll actually see coming next month. So You will have these next month, and you'll have them right here at Airsoft GI. And this is the KR9. This is a 9-inch rail with a 10.5-inch outer barrel. So it still has that CQB length and should still be in that 330, 350 FPS range. And something cool about it, which I was trying to get answers on forever and forever, and today something else showed up, and that was rail segment.
Now that's a polymer rail segment.
It is a polymer rail segment, but call now and you will get two rail segments. All of these actually will be coming with 2 rail segments, 2 polymer rail segments ready to go, coming with a little Allen tool as well, so you can put it on.
Now, the KR series, these were originally debuted at SHOT Show, this recent SHOT Show, and you also have a longer version in this. That was a 9-inch. This is the 12-inch?
This is the 12-inch. This is KR12. This has the 16-inch barrel, just like the SR10. So the SR10 length with the 12-inch rail. So pretty much all the same stuff, and also coming with 2 rail segments.
Now that's, I mean, for me personally, and I'm pretty sure you know this about me, and many of you may not, but I like guns that are great out of the box, and also I like not having to go buy more stuff right after I get the gun. So the fact that there's going to be rail segments included in the box is always a plus for people like me that like that sort of thing. So
yeah, and if you guys have already the key mod attachment type stuff, you don't need the rail. This does fit all the real steel key mod attachments, so there's no stuff out of the box that you have to modify or like that. It has the correct beveling on the back, so yeah, so it actually fits the stuff that's supposed to go on there and was designed to do so.
Yeah, that's always a plus, because I've had this issue as well many times before, where you have real mil-spec stuff, and you try and put it on an airsoft gun, it just doesn't fit, and that is frustrating. So
file this, bevel that.
Yeah, that is a bit annoying. All right, well, why don't we go on to some more questions? What new releases do you guys have coming out? I mean, you already went over, the KRs. Yeah,
the KRs, again, they'll be coming next month. Also on its way, and these actually just shipped out on Thursday, so they're on the water right now. So I actually had to make sure I had a confirmation that those are on the way before I started talking about them and saying, hey, they're coming. It does take a few weeks on the water before they get here. Then they have to go through customs and then we have to go through our QC process, which is pretty extensive on its own as well. And we've been kind of talking about this as well. And shout out to the PTS ERG users group out there, KWA users group on Facebook. These guys have been waiting for this. That's the RM4A1. Okay, now this one, again, we talked about it last show. The PTS one was wired to the front. This one is wired to the rear.
That's nice.
So it has the crane stock wire back here. It just has that standard AR look. Now you can do anything you want with it. You can change the front end if you want. You can do rail segments or different free floats, key mods, anything you want to do. Some M-locks.
Now, for those of you out there that are not familiar with the RM4, the electric recoil gun, it's essentially an AEG with a substantial amount of recoil. If I'm not, I normally like the KWA LM4, which has a lot of kickback.
Nice kick.
If you don't want to use a gas gun, or you're in an area where you can't use gas guns because it's too cold, the RM4 or the electric recoil gun is the next best thing. Now this is your guys' non front wired version of that coming out, so that's awesome.
Right, and the magazine, if you haven't seen the magazine yet, I've posted a couple pictures on Facebook and stuff like that. The PTS one had the magazine, the sleeve came off. You can change it from 30 to 60 rounds. So if you want to do that mil sim, go 30 rounds for your training. But if you need some more rounds, you can do to 60. Now this one is more of the Stanag type magazine. So this will be our version right here. However, the casing doesn't come off. But if you look on the bottom right there, it still changes from 30 to 60 rounds without having to remove anything. It's a lot easier. And all I say is make sure you switch it before you load it. So you don't want to try to load it or switch to 30 after you've already loaded 60.
Yeah, it's embarrassing
in there. So yeah, you might.
They'll probably screw it up a little bit. Yeah.
And just like the previous ERG series, it does have the follower that goes all the way up.
That's nice.
Which feeds every single BB. And for those of you who are not as familiar with the ERG series, once you are out of BBs, this thing does stop firing. So you do have to, once you reload, hit the bolt catch to get it started up again, just like a real thing.
Now, that is a nice thing to be able to fire all of the rounds in a magazine, because that is really frustrating to be in, like, an airsoft firefight, be shooting either on semi-auto or full auto, and then, have to do a mag change and realize there's still rounds in the mag. It's just really nice that, you can get through an entire mag. Now, I'm getting
I see you laughing at the other screen over here while we're...
Well, no, I'm just getting a lot of flack for not answering some of the questions over here on the right. We can actually...
I see mil-spec buffer tube by Christian A. Yes, it does. All of our rifles do have mil-spec buffer tubes, so you can change out to any kind of mil-spec stock that you want to use, and it's ready to go. Now, on the ERG series, realize that the wiring is back there, so it's going to be a little bit trickier, but the factory did come up with a genius way to route the wiring. You just got to figure out where to put the battery after that.
Well, that's always something you do have to do. Especially, having a gun front wire, that does inform your opinion on, how you're going to at least power the gun. Whereas when it's in the back, it's just like, okay, what stock do I use? Because you can switch out stuff.
Right.
Really quick, I'm going to try and answer some of these questions. Even though we do have you on here, Jim, we have some questions about other guns. So really quick, I'm sorry.
Rude.
I know. Zane Case, Bob, is the APS Cam 870 shotgun a good gun, and why is it overpriced? I haven't had any time on the gun, so I can't say whether it's a good gun. Overpriced is, I think you would agree, kind of subjective. Because for some people, a gun that's $200 or $300 is overpriced for them, or even $100.
Right.
However, I would like just to speak to the fact that it is shell ejecting. You have to load each shell individually. That gets really frustrating, and that's why I personally have not purchased one, because I don't want to have to deal with that crap. So,
but some people like the realism of that,
Absolutely.
And again, that's kind of like, going back to the ERG a little bit, it gives that sense of realism and training and stuff like that. And there's some shell ejecting stuff out there. There's different stuff like that brings that, and people really, really do want that.
No, they do, yeah. It's weird though. Over the years, when shell ejecting guns first came out, you probably noticed this as well, but you see a lot more malfunctions with those guns. They've gotten better over time.
Yeah.
But here's actually
a lot more moving parts.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially in airsoft guns. This is from American Games. What actually makes KWA products authentic? I don't know exactly what it means by that.
Maybe different from the rest, or
probably what separates them from the pack.
I believe that our internals overall, I think the robustness of them, how they're designed and how they work together so well, and the fact that right out of the box you don't have to change anything. And if you want to change FPS, you want to go higher FPS or whatever, honestly, all you do is change the spring, maybe the cylinder, depending on what you want to do. But all the internals are ready to go. We've tested them up M150 and above, without changing anything else. Our high torque motors will run it, and our gears will run it as well. So I think it's our internals really that kind of set us apart, and the fact that we have the 90-day warranty, and it's a great product. I believe it, and that's why I'm here. Yeah,
well, it's certainly way work KWA too. Actually, someone was asking about what is an ERG, which you might have just gotten here a little bit late, but ERG stands for electric recoil gun. And also another person was asking, is the new ERG wired
to the rear?
Wired to the rear. Yeah, it actually is. We actually just showed it, and it is wired to the stock. So we'll bring that.
Maybe a little bit of a close up.
Yeah.
Of you can kind of see the wiring right there. Right there. I'm all backwards here, but you can see it kind of how it's routed even underneath. This plate actually comes off, and it's actually a great way for them to do it so that if you need to get back to the wiring, you can get to it very easily by pulling the stock off and changing the stock if you want to. So it is wired to the rear, and again, mil-spec buffer tubes. ERG, electric recoil gun. Now, a lot of people actually do get confused, and they say, oh, it's EBB, it's electric blowback. Electric blowback, to me, is just this little plate that moves back and forth, and it's a cute little thing. And
it was neat.
Add some realism to it, and I had it on my G&G L85 back in the day.
I was just thinking about the L85. Yeah, it gets a tiny bit of recoil.
Yeah, I actually thought it was kind of cool, and then the next day I took it out.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is annoying to me. But what it is, there's actually, in the buffer tube is what we call our KFS system, which is our kinetic feedback system. And what it is, it's a big piston system that actually interacts with the main spring, and there's no back end of the gearbox. Gearbox is open, so the main spring interacts with the KFS, which actually gives you that felt recoil. I mean, it gives you a good. You felt it.
No, I felt it so much that I was actually playing with Greg Wong, aka Spartan 117 GW. I used to say 1117.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah,
good guy.
Check out his YouTube channel.
Check out his Jeep.
Yeah. Oh, he's made sure I looked at it. It's pretty cool. I'll give him that. But it's interesting. The last time I got to actually play Airsoft with him, we were engaging targets at SC Village. He's like, Bob, you're out of range. I was like, Greg, I don't care. And I unloaded the entire high cap from the ERG. No, I was like, I don't give a crap. I'm just gonna empty this because it feels awesome. And I was like screaming at the time too, so it was nice. So yeah, if you guys have a chance,
it's so much fun.
Get the electric recoil gun, or if you want one rear wired, which is gonna increase the amount of customization you're gonna be able to do to it. Wait for, when is that coming out again? The electric recoil gun with the stock handguard.
That's gonna be next month.
Awesome.
It's on the way right now. It's on the water. So as long as everything QCs and passes our inspection, then it'll be out.
Brennan Bowers was asking something which I believe we already answered, but we'll go again real quick. Brennan Bowers was asking, is the kick on an EBB weaker than a GBB? So is the kick on an electric blowback weaker than a gas blowback? Absolutely.
Yeah. Now again, are we talking about electric blowback, or are we talking about ERG? Which is two different things as well. It
is absolutely two different things.
Yeah.
An electric blowback, by definition, is that little plate moving.
We were just talking about.
Yeah, so electric blowback is definitely a lot weaker. The ERG and a gas blowback LM4, they're pretty comparable.
Very, very close.
Yeah.
I would say the ERG is probably just a tiny bit less.
Yeah,
just barely.
Yeah, I mean, the kick on the ERG is so much. I remember you guys doing a demonstration where you put the gun, vertical on a table, and you had a bunch of BBs, and you start firing it, and the BBs were jumping like crazy. So it's a very cool demonstration. So speaking of that, you actually have...
Can I show you one more thing that's coming?
I would highly approve.
Yeah, I know you already saw the sticker on the side.
Actually, it's interesting because some people were just asking about this, I believe.
People were asking about this?
If it's the thing I'm thinking of. Egg salad.
You guys know that the ATP has been kind of disappeared for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that, and I'll show you guys kind of why. We've completely redesigned it. Well, not completely, but you take a look at the trigger guard, take a look at the slide. I'm trying to get better lighting on that.
There you go.
Right there we go. We've redesigned it a little bit, make it look a little bit different. Front sight is also different on there. It secures much nicer. Not going to be sliding out on you, not going to be losing it. The ATP Compact we showed at SHOT Show 2014 and 2015. It's going to be coming soon as well, hopefully by the end of the year. However, as the designers started going through it, they started kind of messing with some different stuff on it and went, well, this looks a little bit cooler. We could do this, we could do that. And originally we were just going to kind of just do it that way, but we kind of decided that looks really cool. Let's put it in the whole line. So I actually have the parts diagrams that I just got for all three, and wait till you see the auto.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wait till you see the auto. So hopefully I'll have that later this year. But right now we are going to be getting the standard ATPs, and that's on the boat right now. That's coming in, so you guys will be able to get them, and you'll be able to sell them here. So you should probably see some pre-orders for that.
I would hope so very soon, because when I was trying to do a Boondock Saints loadout, the ATP was my go-to for the first two guns. You know, the guy that carries 6 guns, or actually 8. The go-to guns would have been the ATPs. So I actually own 2 ATPs myself, so I'm definitely a big fan of these guns.
I actually used the ATP Auto this weekend at the Shooters Invitational here at Airsoft GI.
But you didn't go full auto, did you?
No.
That'd be kind of a waste. I would think and I'm done.
Save the ammo, do a couple mag changes during each stage, but yeah. So we're really excited about that. Take a look at it again. Just a little bit different. Slide serrations on the front, just a little bit of a different style and design right there, if you can see. So I'm really excited about this, and they're back.
Someone actually was just asking on our comment section, when will the Shorty ATP be coming out?
That's the compact I was just talking about. And that's the one that kind of really spurred, like I said, redesigning this.
Yeah.
We should be seeing pretty soon. I haven't gotten an actual date on that. We're trying to get them by the end of the year, but hopefully very soon.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
As soon as I get word, I will let everybody know.
Few quick comments. Airsoft Sniper 118. Hi, Bob. Can I have a shout out to my granddad that served in the Korean War and passed away recently?
Absolutely.
We're very sorry to hear that, but your shout out is, of course, very much approved, and I will throw in a prayer for you and your family.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Does it still have the NS2? I assume he's referring to the ATP.
Yes, the gas system still is the NS2 on all of our pistols, so we're still on the NS2 system.
Phoenix Teddy Airsoft. Hey, Bob, would you love to build a custom Phoenix rifle? Also, hi, Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Phoenix.
Phoenix Teddy Airsoft. If you want a custom Phoenix rifle, you should hit our customer service department up because they have a direct line to our tech department. Or if you have an idea, just shoot me a message on Facebook and let me know what you're thinking.
Make it happen.
Oh, yeah, right. Let's see.
How much will that pistol retail for? The price is not going to change on that. It's still going to be $129.95 on the ATP.
Yeah, and when you're searching for pistols, keep in mind, generally, you
Dalton Jameson.
Dalton. Oh, that's a good last name. Keep in mind when you're searching for like a gas blowback pistol or most different airsoft guns for that matter, you do generally get what you pay for. I mean, if you go for the cheapest pistol that you can get right out of the gate, you're probably gonna have some issues down the line or as soon as you get it out of the box. So when you are looking for something, generally I generally err on the side of KWA pistols when I'm going for a sidearm. I have a lot of KWA pistols. I've got KWA 1911, 2 KWA ATPs. I've got a KWA HK45, which I use a lot right now. That's my go-to sidearm.
That last time.
Yeah, because it's got I think it holds 28 rounds.
Yeah.
I had a friend who called it like a primary that's a secondary because it holds so many rounds. So I'm a big fan of that gun.
Far.
Yes, yes, it does.
Type 3 hop up.
I actually did covering fire with my HK45. I was like, go, blah, blah, blah,
of course
blah,
you
blah,
did.
blah, blah. Yeah, of course I did. It's like, I've got you. Okay, so we've got a few more questions here we want to get through. Will parts for a cup seal mod be available soon? Now, before you answer that,
we might want to kind of reference exactly what that is and what that goes for.
Yes.
We're talking about the LM4.
Yes.
Talking about the LM4 cup seal mod. I've seen it out there. I have not done it. I know some people who have done it.
I've done it. I have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't ever really do modification or aftermarket part kind of stuff on our pro shop. We do have the parts. What I have heard is that people are using the cup seal from the AKGs. Mm-hmm. I know there's some other stuff that you have to modify within that. Again, we don't really tell people how to do that. I know some people on our forums and the Facebook pages, LM4 page and the AKG page that's on Facebook. I know they've talked about it, but we do have those parts. Mm-hmm. As far as a modification, that's you on your own. But we have the AKG cup seals. We should have them in stock.
So if they want to get them, they can go on your website?
They can go to our pro shop online, which was, I think last time we talked about it wasn't up. So it
was under construction.
It was under construction. We redesigned it. It's back up. And,
nice.
And those are up there, along with the one-piece upper receivers for the LM4.
Highly acceptable.
Which are on there as well. So, yeah, look for those parts. If you don't see parts on our pro shop, call or go into our help desk and ask, and definitely we'll take a look and see if we can get them for you.
We have a fair amount of KWA questions coming up right now. So, Noah Man Depasacreta. Please forgive me if I mangled your last name. I didn't mean to.
Let's just go with Noah.
Yeah, well, that probably would have been a better idea. How good is a KWA gas blowback in cold weather? Hi, Jim. I love your beard.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a solid beard right there. You're a member of the Tactical Beard Owners Club, right?
Yes, I am.
God bless America.
Yeah. America.
Now, I'm sure you can answer this better, but from my experience, the KWA LM4, which I use, the magazine for that was designed to work in colder climates than other gas blowback mags available on the market.
Yeah, in fact, us being from California, it's harder for us to always get that, like, hey, it works great in here because it got down to 60.
Well, I've tested in colder climates.
But that's what I was going to kind of talk about is I went to American Milsim's ESR 19 this year, and it snowed again.
It's a tidbit nipply.
It snowed all Friday, and then during Saturday, it was still cold out there. It was, I think, in 28 to 30 degree range. And
pretty
I was
warm.
Using that was one of the other questions. What rifle do you normally use? And that's the AKG KCR. I love that thing. And I was having zero issues. I did use the Neutral black gas can. If you haven't used the Neutral stuff, it's made kind of for that cold weather stuff. And I had absolutely zero problems.
Really? It functioned in 20 to 30 degree weather?
Oh my gosh, so well.
Wow.
Yeah. And same with like the LM4. I mean, it works really well. It's amazing how low they go. And I have a lot of customers that send me pictures of them playing in the snow and using all of our pistols and rifles exactly in that type of environment. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is surprising because that would definitely be a game changer to be able to use a gas blowing rifle in such a cold climate like that. Now, I've actually been searching for a little bit of an action photo you use in your KCR.
You guys posted that one today, actually.
That's right. So you can actually...
Devil Dog as well. I was the CEO. The CEO? No, I'm the CO. Actually, XO, but Igor wasn't there on Sunday, so I got bumped up to the CO for the Haji side. And so, perfect. I use AKs. So it was a lot lot of fun.
I have no doubt the pictures.
We dominated.
Oh, really?
Over the other team. Just dominated. They're probably get a lot of hate right now with the comments for anybody who's... But... it was funny. I actually was at CO's not supposed to go to the front, but that's what I do. So I was up there and I actually got shot out, and then the opposing team CO saw me and told all of his team to go over and capture me. Now they took me back to their FOB and then called the game control, and game control said, "You can't capture the other CEO. That's not the rules in this game. Didn't you read it? Lion Claws it is." But in this one, it wasn't part of the rules, so they had to let me go.
That's funny. That's funny. I would think.
And I was 10 seconds from my bleed out. I was just about to start walking back to.
Gosh.
Yeah, I looked at. He's like, "Go get him." I was like, "But." He said it first, so
that's always tough when
you guys got me.
Oh man, well that gets your heart pumping too. Yeah. This is from MaxiMax80. Hey Bob, what's the best pistol for CQB? Now, first of all, there's no super best pistol. I mean, a lot of that is subjective. Like I have my idea on what the best pistol for CQB would be. That's a mouthful. For me, it would probably be the KWA HK45 or the KWA 1911 Mark series because they shoot 350 feet per second or under. The 1911 is just really comfortable in my hands. It just feels intuitive. Yeah. However, the HK45 holds more rounds and is even more integrated into my grip. It has a contoured grip, which feels like an extension of my entire arm. So I would go with the KWA 1911 series or the KWA HK45. Or if you really want to get super CQB, you could go with the ATP Auto, which has select fire, so semi or full automatic. A lot of it is that what's comfortable in your hand and what fits well. I mean, talking about good grips, you're talking about the HK45, talking about the ATP and the 226. The great thing about the 226, I mean, it's very comfortable, and all the controls are right a little farther back. So stubby thumb guy can actually sort of reach them without having to do the reel around. So well, it's weird on the HK45. For a long time, I would have to wheel my thumb around to hit the mag release, and I didn't realize you're actually supposed to do it with your index finger. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I just said that to everyone who's watching. So I did the same thing for the longest time. And then I went, oh, that's why that's so much more intuitive. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of sense. Well, let's see. It's all about knowing. It's all about knowing and learning what you're using. Learning. Get you learned. That being said, I just want to go over a couple quick promos we have going on right now for you guys to take advantage of. First and foremost of which, we've got a couple BB Wars events coming up. We've got a zombie game this weekend up at GamePod Combat Zone. If you guys have never played an Airsoft zombie game, I would highly suggest getting in on this one because GamePod. GamePod is an amazing field. Even if you can't make the zombie game, go check out that field. It is the largest indoor training facility, at least in North America, possibly the world. They're constantly adding new stuff like destroyable buildings. Last time we were there, we had a laser designator that we used to designate a building that when it was destroyed, it would actually shoot a pancake batter 100 feet in the air. It was pancake batter? Well, they actually did tests, which was nice of them because, if you get flour on your gear, it's hard to get off. pancake batter, if it gets in your gear, like we had a dude covered head to toe because he was in the building when it got detonated, and he was wearing all black gear, and he literally just shook himself for a sec, and it all just came off.
Wow, I can't even get out of the bowl that I used to mix.
Well, that's when it gets moist, sir.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it was nice of them to do his test, so it didn't moister than oyster. So, it's nice that they actually did that, so it doesn't like overly anger some people who get like batter on themselves.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, that's why I hate playing at paintball fields because it all gets all over my gear.
Oh, tell me about it. Thoughts on the KWA Mark 23? I have some thoughts.
Hand cannon.
Yes. Also in the movie Tears of the Sun. In fact, the manager of our walk-in store, General Vincent Kim of the Imperial side, he actually loves the heck out of his Mark 23. He carries it into almost every game he goes. Yeah. He even has a G-code holster for it, which he's very proud of. Yeah,
because those are holsters that are harder to find otherwise for Mark 23.
Yeah.
It's huge. The thing is gigantic.
Mm-hmm. No comment on any jokes I would
but
think
it's
in my
awesome.
head. Yeah. From Gulo Works, why does using propane void the warranty on KWA gas guns?
I'll tell you exactly why.
He'll tell you exactly why.
Exactly why. The guns are rated for green gas. Green gas, a couple reasons. Certain PSI in the can, as well as the silicone that's added for lubrication. Propane, it has additives in there that change from region to region. Propane's actually bottled by region. So say you're here in California, it's probably a little more pure propane because also because of the laws here. If you're in like a cold weather environment, they actually add like types of coolant and stuff like that so it doesn't freeze over. Mm-hmm. And so that adds other stuff in there. I've seen guns come in that have yellow caked up gunk all over the inside from people who haven't cleaned up. Yeah. So
kind of like me.
Yeah, so you'll see like a yellow hue, like so you got to kind of scrape it off. Also, the PSI is a bit higher, so now you're having all the components bang into each other harder. So it's not what it was designed for, and so that's why right now what we do is it's green gas only as far as the warranty.
Yeah, because I'm sure a lot of airsofters out there who are don't know or are a little bit ignorant, like they assume like, oh, they're just trying to take my money if I do something simple, but it's like, no, there's some legitimate reasons behind.
Yeah, and if propane was probably more consistent, around the world, I think we'd look into that. And it's not that our components can't take it, but you are adding wear to something that was designed for something different.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
And seriously, 90 days. Use green gas for 90 days. After that, if you use what you want.
Yeah.
And we do after warranty work too.
Well, you guys are nice about that. This is from Dead Airsofter. Will the KWA, sorry, I had my tongue sewn back together a few years back, legitimately. Will the KWA LM4 2015 upper fit on a first-generation Magpul LM4? It's a good question because I actually have that LM4 myself.
As long as it's a U.S. version, yes.
Nice. Good answer.
As long as it's a U.S. version. If you have an Asian version, it's not going to work. We're different.
Let's see.
Do you have any work, or can I show you something while you're looking?
Absolutely. Show it to me now.
You guys have all seen these already, except you haven't seen it in a high cap.
Woo!
This is the K400.
400 rounds?
400 rounds.
Damn.
It's a 400 round high cap magazine in both dark earth and black. Whiny mags. Keep going to the wrong side.
Unacceptable.
I'm backwards.
I'm curious though, because usually most M4 style high capacity magazines can only hold 300. Where the heck do you find the extra space?
I don't know. It's the magic of the factory. The little goblins that are.
So you got sock gnomes working for you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So they're 400 round high caps. I got the K400s right here.
ETA on those?
This year.
Awesome.
This year.
Well, that's good news.
This year for sure.
Okay, we got a Smoking Zero gun, or Smoking O gun. Thoughts on KWA Scorpion? Really about the magazine cooldown on full auto. Sorry for the multi-ask. Unacceptable. Just kidding. What are your thoughts on the KWA Scorpion? And, can you tell them something about the magazine cooldown on full auto?
It doesn't have time to cool down because it'll go through the whole mag in 1 second.
I was just going to say, I thought it was it takes 1.12 seconds to go through it.
It's 20 rounds per second, and it's a 20 round magazine.
Okay.
So there is a 40 round magazine.
Yeah.
But still, it flies through it. So as long as you're not like reloading it and firing again real fast, I mean, obviously there's a cooldown factor if you're using the same magazine over and over again. But you really don't have to worry about cooldown on that thing 'cause it's so fast.
I would personally suggest the 40-round magazine just so you can go full matrix, because I believe
you can shoot for 2 seconds.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, 2 seconds
Yeah,
for shots.
yeah. No, that's a really cool gun. I've always actually liked the Scorpion ever since I was reading you know the Punisher comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had those in like just about every edition.
It's also N64, the Clob.
Yeah, the Clob. That was from GoldenEye 006. 007. Wow.
Really?
One of those days. Bob, can you say hello, Dylan Kent? Shout out from Georgia. Your shout out is totally approved. I am buying those high caps as soon as they release, and that was said in all caps. So,
awesome.
Yeah, highly acceptable.
Oh, that's
Noah.
Just Noah.
Just Noah.
Just Noah.
Sorry, I wish I could figure out how to say that name better. I'm sorry. Let's see. Really quick, I do have some more promos to go over. Really quick before the show's over. We got a lot of BB Wars games coming up. I actually wanted to reiterate the zombie game is a lot of fun. GamePod, if you cannot get out there for our game, just go to the field. It's an amazing field. And our zombies are not walking zombies. These are running zombies. Last year, I peed my pants a little because it's so scary. So if you want a really good, scary zombie airsoft game, head to GamePod this weekend. Get tickets on our website or show up and pay the walk-on fee. We also have BB Wars events coming up on November, I believe, 8th at D14 in Sanger, Texas. That's going to be BB Wars Battlefront Flashpoint. You're not going to want to miss out on that game as well. In addition to BB Wars Episode 4 Final Assault, the culminating game for the BB Wars campaign for just this year, which is going to be held at Ballahack Airsoft, which you're familiar with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome field.
Yeah, cool place.
Indeed. Will there ever be a KWA ATP Auto Compact?
No plan for it right now.
No plan for it.
No plan for it. Not that I'm aware of, anyways. What you have to understand is about some of the information I get, it comes much later than what the factory is also working on. So they could be working on stuff that I don't even know about, and they've been working on it for 2 years. So they tell us when it's closer to ready or closer to, past the R&D stages and stuff like that, so that, we're not announcing stuff like 5 years in advance like we used to.
Fair play. Yeah. Fair play. Couple of things coming up, because I've noticed that there's some folks here from out of the country, including Brazil and Europe. We actually, Airsoft GI is now offering global shipping. So, if there's some cool KWA products or any Airsoft tactical gear that you're looking for, make sure to get on AirsoftGI.com and hit that global checkout button. The thing I like most about it, and you've been playing Airsoft for a long time, so you might be able to empathize with this, is that our global checkout system will tell you about any duties, taxes, or fees and the shipping costs before you buy it. That was something that I always had an issue well before I was ever in the industry.
Ordering overseas.
Oh, shipping costs were awful.
It's like, it's what?
God, I pay almost as much as the gun.
And you're like, but I really need that part, or I really need this, or I really need that, and nobody else had it. So that's what we had to deal with back in the day, and now you guys got GI who just gives you everything. And
no big deal.
Ships it anywhere, no big deal. Not at all.
Axeman Army Assemble. Well played, Baka Apprentice M. In addition, our Boneyard has just been restocked. Free shipping on orders over $80 if you use the coupon code AirsoftGI. And we still have our flat rate shipping going on. So for $4.95, you can get stuff shipped for that flat rate anywhere in the continental United States. And anytime you order over $60, you are going to get an Airsoft GI gift card in your order right back at you.
That's a random number. What's on the gift card?
I am actually not allowed to disclose that. It could be anywhere from to...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so classified information.
Classified.
Bob, shout out to Tony Mendoza from Cali Tactics. Tony Mendoza, your shout out is approved. Now, what is that you have there?
This is a magazine.
Really?
This is an AK magazine. I wanted to show you. This is for the AKR 74M. And you'll see that it's also an ERG. And
thank you. Okay.
What has happened with the AKR 74 series? A lot of people have asked, when is that thing coming out? You announced it 4 years ago. The first version we got was great. It had the cutoff system, just like all of our ERGs do. However, the magazine that was going in it had to use that magazine only.
Oh, that's rough.
And I know AK users because I am one, and very particular about our magazines.
Yeah.
We have our magazines. We like those magazines. We want to use those magazines. So we asked the factory, hey, can you do what you did with the RM4 series and make it take any magazine, even if it's not the cutoff system, be able to use whatever magazine you want. And so they went back to the drawing board, and the last one that they gave us was able to take any magazine. I tried all kinds of different magazines, but the cutoff was gone.
Oh.
And I went, well, that's a big part of the system. So we asked them to go back again. And that's why I love our factory. Because they did. They went back again, and they gave me that. And with a 3060 still.
Nice.
Okay. So that it's going to have the cutoff. It's going to have the 3060. And I just happened to receive a sample yesterday.
Oh, shoot.
Yep.
I did not see that coming.
I know. That's why I left that message for you.
You're really hiding stuff from me.
I left that message for you earlier today, and I said, hey, give me a call. I want to bring some more stuff over. And so it does have that cutoff system on the inside. So when it does empty the magazine, you actually do have to release it. You actually do have to pull it back.
Yeah, that's going to have to go in my armory.
And reset it.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of AKs and a big fan of ERGs, so shoot, that's going to be really tough.
And again, I kind of put a shout out to the KWA PTS ERG owners group again today and said you guys are going to want to watch because they've been asking me for this one too. And guys, here it is. This is it. Now you're going to ask me when.
Well, tell us. Say something. Even if you don't have any information, just say like
beginning of the new year.
Okay, all right. Well, at least that's something.
Right around SHOT Show time.
Okay, all right.
All right, so it's coming. It's coming. I have confirmation. So
now
it's close to ready to being into production.
Something also important. Do you actually think you're going to get out of the building with this in your possession?
Look at me and look at you.
Oh, touche, sir. I mean, I can just like aim for the knees and just topple you over and then run away with it.
Luckily, Aaron's at the store, so.
Yeah, he give you a run for your money as far as both beard and size. Yeah, he does have that on you. So, wow. All right, well, that is really cool.
So that was kind of my exciting little sneak peek on that one because I just got it and I went, I have to take this over.
Yes.
I got it just in time.
And I appreciate that. And now the message on my phone makes a lot more sense. So that is awesome. Actually, I can see Elliot Ruoff is very excited as well. He said, oh, yeah. And I'm sorry I didn't say her name earlier, but
thanks, Elliot.
He is very excited.
I am too. I mean, I kind of stopped completely with AEGs.
Yeah.
Because I've been just running our gas because that's the only AK that we have. I'm kind of actually almost excited to use an AEG again, so an ERG. But yeah,
I think that
I was shooting in the warehouse today.
Lucky duckling. I think that's the same thing goes for me as well. Is like for quite a while, like the past 2 years, I've been almost completely using my LM4, my KWA LM4.
Yeah,
and then like the few times where I use an AEG, most of those times it has been an ERG because I just desperately love the blowback feature on those guns.
You've gotten used to that.
Yeah,
the feeling of it's like you almost feel like you're missing something. That's kind of I've used a couple people's like Polar Stars lately, and I went,
just feels like a hose.
They shoot far. I mean, they're great, but to me, it's missing. It's just missing that feeling of actually using a gun.
I will never doubt the effectiveness of Polar Stars.
Totally effective.
Yeah, it's just a personal preference, I think.
Again, that realism and
the feedback.
Again, like we were talking about the shell ejecting, and there's that level of something that we all expect as a user certain things, and certain people expect different things. So,
different strokes for different folks.
What you talking about?
Okay. Nice.
I couldn't say it.
No. All right. Well, Raverson Vidal is saying good night from Brazil. Well, good night, Brazil. Thank you for stopping in. And remember, Airsoft GI ships globally. But yeah, hopefully. Except for North Korea because they've been bad. So yeah, very bad. I actually heard that the U.S. or North Korea was open to finally signing a peace treaty with the United States. After 5-6 decades, no big deal.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Well, if they're nice this time. Let's see if there are any other questions for KingSize from KWA here. Can I please have a shout out? The Stranger Gamer, your shout out is approved. I like your call sign there.
I'm gonna grab something real quick.
Unacceptable. All right. I am a little tired. Let's see. Does anyone know very good fields near Chicago? That's from James Canelos. Please forgive me if I mispronounced your name. CXP is actually a field near Chicago. You should check out. What's that you got there?
You want to check? You finish your
Your
thought? Okay. We have some more other magazines coming too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some people have kind of really started asking for some of the standard looking mags. You know, there's some mags out there and some of those other ones. So we decided to give them what they wanted again. So we're going to have them standard. These are just 120 round standard magazines. If you're not into, you know, the K120 look, or, you know, you like to do the old, like, old style standard stuff. Also ERG mags in Dark Earth.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Standard one in Dark Earth.
Yeah, a lot of stuff there.
How about that?
Shorty high cap.
It's a shorty high cap.
That's classic.
It's 130 rounds.
That's pretty good for that size.
It's like almost like it's a winding mid cap kind of, but and that'll come in Dark Earth.
Nice.
I keep missing the.
Well, it's basically just reverse.
I know.
It's tough to remember.
For some reason, I still have not gotten used to it. We've only been here for like 40 minutes.
Unacceptable.
Also, you guys like the Bakelite type of stuff, and this is actually 120 round. So we'll have options for that. It's not going to have the cutoff feature for the AKRs, but if you want more mag capacity, we give you that mag capacity, and then even more so, we will have it in the 3060.
Nice.
I thought I had another one.
Well, that's good. You guys have a lot of options for mags too.
We're trying to give that, you know, whereas in the past we have not had that option, and I didn't bring it. Right? No. I have high caps for these too, but high cap.
Nice.
High cap AK mag. So we're kind of trying to take care of all different aspects of for the AK, so you don't just have that 3060. But again, it will take all standard AK mags as well. So if you like your own AK mags, use them. But you guys know the quality of what you get. From the KWA mag as well. K120 being one of the most popular ones out there right now. So.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, like, that's a huge plus, just like the ERG version of the AK, being able to accept other mags. I mean, that's if it was just like the mag that came with the ERG, then there'd be an issue. It'd be like, oh shoot, that's gonna be really tough.
Right, and that was like I said, the first AK that we got. That's how it was, and we're like, we can't do that.
Yeah,
we can't do that. People already say, oh, they're so proprietary. You know, that's just shoot yourself in the foot at that point. So you know, and that is not even a true statement, anyways. That our guns are proprietary. So so we have options out there for you, depending on the style and look that you like. And I'm excited about that.
God bless America. Really quick, Cali Tactics, it was awesome to meet you in person. I'll fight by your side any day, Bob. It was very awesome to have you there. I appreciate you coming out, Cali Tactics, and hopefully we'll see you at another BB Wars game in California. Let's see if there are any more questions, because we are running up on the end of the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to throw all this stuff out there as fast as I could.
Kang Dang, your shout-out is approved. Let's see. Canada Airsoft GI? I hope so. Bob and Jim, shout-out. Phoenix Teddy Airsoft, your shout-out is approved. You got to do the snap.
I was trying to... I haven't gotten your timing down yet.
Unacceptable.
As many times I've watched this, I still have not gotten your timing down.
Sometimes I awkwardly pause too long.
Oh, so you're doing it on purpose.
And then snap, yeah.
He's... messing with me.
The ERG AK would be perfect for a Red Dawn loadout. That's from Elliot Ruoff, and yes, it would.
Wolverines!
Yeah! Oh, God, I love that. I love the original, and the new one's pretty good, too.
Wasn't bad.
No.
But nothing compares to the original.
Nope. No, it cannot.
Swayze.
Charlie Sheen and Patrick Swayze. that was dope. Let's see.
A fluffy dread. Bob, I love you.
What? Where's that?
Right there. Right there.
Oh.
He's trying to ignore it. Yeah, no, I don't see that. It scrolls past it.
Caleb Stallion, can you use drum mags on assault rifles in a MILSIM event? Generally, that really depends on the MILSIM event you go to. Most MILSIM events do not allow drum mags, especially for rifleman classes.
Not in a rifleman class.
Yeah. I mean, even like...
Only if you have an actual saw
Yeah.
And you are the saw gunner for that squad, in that platoon or whatever.
However, if you come to our BB Wars events, which are not MILSIM, you can bring everything in the kitchen sink, which I highly suggest. Bring everything.
Well, I learned that doing Fold-A-Gap
Yeah.
last week as well. It's high caps, box bags. I mean, all these people walking by with as many rounds as they could carry on them. Over 1,000 people and running around, and it was just...
I heard it's a slugfest.
It's just a shower of beauties.
That's funny. I've definitely always wanted to go to that game, and I had some friends that have gone before that tell me, they're like, yeah, if you got like a DMR or something with a little bit extra range and a basic AG, you'll be just putting dropping fools.
I would call it a Plastifest.
Plastifest.
Yeah.
Interesting. It was a good word that was made up on short notice.
Right now.
Strategic Mayhem Airsoft, KME 45 release date?
Don't know on that one.
Yeah.
But, we have shown 2 versions of that. One was with the Vector Mag. The other was with the LM4 mag.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the Vector Mag one, but I am told that the LM4 mag one is going forward. I just don't have a date on that. So, and I just heard that one. I think I talked about it in the last show. I heard it just before that one. So, looks like we're going to go forward with it, but I do not know when.
I like to sweep. Your shout out is approved. So begin crying. There was actually a question about a KWA gun, and then the comment section went nuts. Let me see if I can find it. Doop, 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 doop. Bob, have my children. Appreciate that, but I'm taken.
And you're not female.
What, have you seen the movie Junior with Schwarzenegger? Times are a-changing, sir.
California.
Airsoft SWAT Squad, your shout-out is approved.
See, again, the timing. I'm not even going to try to do it with you anymore.
Well, it's funny because the second that you get it right, I'm going to awkwardly pause.
I know,
and then
that's
you're
what I'm
going to
saying.
mess it up.
I'm not going to do it anymore.
Okay. Let's see if there are any other questions for Jim here from KW before we have to get going. Jim, shout out from SoCal. That's awesome.
Thanks, Jacobo.
All right. Well, it looks like we are fresh out of KWA questions, but I'm actually going to mention a KWA gun I want and don't have, and I want you to do the same thing if you don't mind. I want and don't have a KWA AK gas blowback rifle.
You need one.
I do need one.
You need one.
Yeah. What about you?
KWA gun that I don't have and want.
In fact, let me just show the one I want.
One I always wanted and never got was an MP7.
Ooh, MP7s are cool.
Which we don't distribute any longer because it's the HK stuff that goes through Umarex, but we still make them. And it was one that I was going to get a long time ago, never did, but since we don't distribute them anymore, it's not something I usually use.
Yeah.
But they're awesome guns.
They are.
Awesome guns. Current stuff, wow. I still don't have an LM4.
Shut the phone.
I'm serious. I've never used... Well, I've used the LM4s. I had a loaner.
Get out of town and take a bus.
And the only reason is because I seriously got sick of M4s. And my AEG does the job. I mean, my SR5 that's now called SR Jim.
That's a good one.
It has a CQB outer barrel on it without the extension and a SR10 rail on it with the fire pig coming out of the rail. So I call her SR Jim.
SR Jim.
I have had her since I started working here over 5 years ago.
That's impressive.
And I have changed 3 things on it since then. I had to put a new piston in at one point, a new cylinder head, and had a bearing go out in over 5 years.
Well, other than that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So.
And I try not to clean my gun.
I don't try not to clean my gun.
You just don't do it. I used to be meticulous with that kind of stuff, but now I'm like, I want to see how long it can go, and that's what I've been doing.
What I really like doing is actually like going up to Aaron, who's the head of our tech department, and I'm like, Aaron, can you take a look at this gun? I have no idea what went wrong. And then he looks at it for like 1 second. He's like, have you cleaned this since you got it? I was like, is that what went wrong? I
can't tell you how many have come into our shop, same exact thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of BB gunk inside your barrel as well as dirt. And
what are you going to do?
I told you that one time we found a flower inside the gearbox.
You did say that, and I don't even know how that's possible.
Still don't know. A seed got inside and then it grew. I don't know. Don't know.
My
There's
God.
no other way it can get in there unless they just really wanted that in there.
Noah, again, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to desecrate your last name. It was just tough to figure out how to say it properly. So I do apologize.
Did he give it to us phonetically, maybe?
Oh, he said, "Dude, you killed my last name.
Well,
Make
then
it
tell us
right."
how to say it.
I'm hooked on phonics. If you spelled out phonetically, I can do that.
De Pasacreta.
Well, that sounds fancy the way you said it like that. You rolled the R.
Well, no, it seems fancy.
It does. It does seem fancy.
No, you seem fancy.
Jim, jeez. Casey Reese, your shout out is approved, and we have gone way over time.
Oh.
I'm just really excited. Jim's a really great guy from KWA, and it's just really great to have him here. He's a little sunburned in the facial region, as you can tell. When you were also, I can't remember if we talked about, you were at our pistol shooting competition this weekend.
Yeah.
In between John Lou's event at K2.
I was at Camp Pendleton on Friday, set up our booth, showed our new products, came over here on Saturday, did that, and then back on Sunday to Camp Pendleton again.
Your first shooting competition ever.
Yes.
So
yes.
Get your heart pumping.
And it did. It did. I didn't do so well, but next time I'll do much better. But I didn't come in last, so that's good. I didn't come in last.
That is a priority, especially for your first one. So,
yeah.
Eric Silver, your shout out is approved, and that is going to be the end of our live show today on October 20th, 2015. Jim, thank you as always for coming in. Thank you for showing us all these cool new products. Just to reiterate, your KR series is coming out hopefully in a month.
We should have it within a month. It's on the water now, as well as the RM4A1.
Bingo.
And the newly designed ATP. That's the one.
So make sure to stay tuned for those coming out in the next month or so on airsoftgr.com. And also, check out KWA's website and their forums if you have any questions. Feel free to check it out there. And if you happen to be by KWA's location, maybe you can stop by and say hi to Jim.
Come on by. Yeah, I just love to talk to people and not do work.
Indeed. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining us for our live show on October 20th, 2015. I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand, and this is KWA KingSize, a.k.a. Jim from KWA. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Let's go shoot the AK.
Bye-bye. Yeah, let's do it.